What's better than the Brick Zone, you ask? The Brick Zone with machine gun turrets attached to the front. My name is Will, and this is the Halo Mega Bloks set, UNSC Gungoose. The set includes 97 pieces and was released in summer 2015. The main build of the set is of course the Gungoose, and the Gungoose is basically a mongoose with guns at the front. Pretty self-explanatory. This one is pretty much the same build as the one that comes with a meal, which we previously got. The only difference is that there are guns at the front, and this one comes in white. Other than that, the build is pretty much exactly the same, like I said. So the main difference is there on the front with the gun emplacement, and you just build those two guns with a small amount of pieces, and they come together just fine towards the end of the build. And that you have the same features as the previous mongoose. You have handlebars, which someone can steer. You have the kickstand at the back, and over here you have the tires. And all of the details you see, such as the UNSC logos and the details at the front with the headlights and the stripes, those are all printed. So that's awesome. I love not having to put on stickers. It's the best. And what I like about a lot of the new Mega Bloks sets. There's also some printed detailing here on that one block. And towards the front of the mongoose you get kind of that marble effect you see in some of the Mega Bloks pieces. Maybe it's just me for that one piece, but overall I would say this looks pretty good. The Gungoose as of now has only appeared in Halo 2 Anniversary multiplayer, so you know, it pretty much looks like this, for the most part. Not in the white color, but other than that, I think they did a pretty good job with those guns on the front. And that's it for the Gungoose. The one figure included in this set is an officially named Noble 6 from Halo Reach. This is a new style of figure, so he has the added articulation as well as the interchangeable armor system. So this is the default armor configuration for Noble 6. He's wearing the Mark 5B helmet with default visor, torso, shoulder, and leg armor. Noble 6 comes armed with a Reach-style assault rifle, which I have on his back at the moment. Speaking of which, here's a look at him from the back. And his armor comes in a very dark steel color. I think it was a pretty good choice to have them give us Noble 6 in this specific variation. Just because, for anyone who's played Halo Reach, I think that this is pretty iconic and recognizable, just because early on when you play the campaign, you don't really have any of the many armor pieces unlocked at that point, so everyone pretty much starts out with this one. And even if it weren't for that, I think that just seeing this variant specifically in all the trailers and the early gameplay just makes it really recognizable. So, I'm a fan of this figure, and I think for people trying to complete Noble Team, this is definitely a must-have. So now we are just one figure away from completing the team. Only one missing is Cat at this point. And yeah, that pretty much does it for Noble 6. Before I move on, here's a quick look at Noble 6 in this set compared to the not Noble 6 released in Series 7 of the Mystery Packs a couple years back. And just looking at them here, I would have to say that the new one is by far a lot better. At least in my opinion. I think he's better because you can actually pose him and aim his gun. His head looks normal. Just looking at this one, the old one in front of me, his head looks huge. It looks like a bobblehead or something, and I don't know, the proportions just look off all over the place. So definitely a big improvement. Back to the set itself, here's a look at Noble 6 actually riding the Gungoose, and I think that he looks pretty good sitting there. It's pretty easy to get him in there. You just put his hands on the handlebars, his legs on the kickstands, and you're good to go. And once he's seated, you can drive around wherever you want. Rolls pretty easily and pretty well. And just as easily as you can put Noble 6 in there, you can just as easily put a passenger on the back, like so. And I think that also looks pretty good. The last thing I'd like to show is a quick comparison between the Gungoose and the previously released Mongoose. As I mentioned earlier, they're built exactly the same except for the difference between the mounted machine guns on the Gungoose and the lack of on the regular Mongoose. So, here's just a quick 360 of both of them. I can't decide which one I like more. I think that the regular Mongoose with a meal can be used in more situations, but then again, the Gungoose just looks really awesome with those mounted machine guns and the color scheme, so it's really tough. I really like both of them, to be honest. I think that this is a very successful set. I like the look of the Gungoose overall. It has a good color scheme, the machine guns on the front are well built, and the best part, I still think, is that there are no stickers. Noble 6, the figure, I think it looks good as well. I think, no questions asked, he is a lot better looking than the original not Noble 6 figure. I really can't find anything wrong with this set. I think nitpicking would just be the fact that the Gungoose has only been in Halo 2 Anniversary while Noble 6 is in Halo Reach, but I don't think that really matters all that much. And I'm sure people are happy to get Noble 6 regardless of whether or not he's in that game. So, overall, I just think there's just a lot to like about this. So, that about wraps it up. Leave a comment below with your thoughts on the set or the vehicle itself. Do you like using the Gungoose in-game? Personally, I've only gotten a couple kills with it, but you know, maybe people have more fun with it in custom games. Like or dislike the video, depending on if you liked it or disliked it, and subscribe to the Brick Zone for more video reviews and stop motions.